On the outside, there we have it. We do have Marcel, Alex, number 6, 14 for Fabrizio, Hogue, Justin Duff, the middleman, Vigras, Ban, the libero, and there is a place in the a large majority of yesterday. It is Hogue that does go to the opposite, and it is Marshall that starts defending position 6 and being used in the pipe. Portugal have started with as much heart as they started with yesterday. Andre just stays low and reads that one very well. 3 in the block again for Canada. Hugo Gaspers, that's far too low for Gaspers, so he can't put the ball away. Perrin does make the first point. Tyler Sander, product of the youth program in Canada, didn't go to college. Alex, feet inside it, or the ball has to drift across you. In Canada. As Canada feel through Perrin, they can do the same as well. Good passing. That's Sanders stays disciplined in defence. Gaspers almost pirouette. Victory really was for Paris Volley, winning the Treble Crown in 2001. That's the League Cup and the Champions League. Gasper starting sets. They really did show some heart. They were 4 or 5 points down, and they found their way in the pass. Only 2 in the pass for Portugal. That's a little bit surprising that Alex isn't passing. That's maybe a little bit sloppy from Canada. It's okay, but it does put pressure on the 2 passers who are passing half court each. Alex comes through the pipe, leaves the pipe with no block. Free net for Alex means trouble for Canada. Out of system, and that's, well, luckily Casas does make the tip. It's well watched from the libero. Hogue this time going through. Maybe it's just on the back court where they're changing positions. They still have more gears to go through. It wasn't the performance they were looking for, but they still brushed Turkey aside 3-0 fairly comfortably today. They really do live and die by the sword. When they're up, and they are huge. But as soon as their body language, Coach Santos, they're out of system here. Alex on the outside. There is a touch, a deflection on the to operate on other opposite flanks. Do give them enough balance with their physicality. Block from Miguel. And maybe that's potentially a reason why they do go up and down like a yo-yo. Gasper is looking for a decision line by a country mile. Uh-oh, free gift. Maybe there's a net touch. They might get away with this, Portugal. No. Again, 2 in the pass. Actually, Alex is just sneaking in, maybe taking 15% of the court within the pass. It does go to the outside. This time, Alex is successful. Majority of serves yesterday, and he answered his critics very well. But they know to beat this Canadian side, they have to go after them from the baseline. Better. Perrin doesn't miss his, that's an ace. Firing up the furnace from the back line. Perrin takes pace off the ball post timeout. It's a good timeout from Coach Santos. So Alex is still on the back court. Perrin is on the back court too. Marshall commands respect through the opposite position, but he can't get the kill to back it up. Fabrizio fumbling around with that one, but there's a second chance for Gasper. That's high, too high. Pass drifting well off the net, no middle from Fabrizio. This time, Andre drops his hitting arm, but somehow gets us for Portugal. And that is a good substitution. He doesn't want to go back with it. He wants to try and step across it. Oh, took the bronze earlier. Good passing. Marco, who's just been introduced, can't find the floor. Judged the ball flight very well there, Marshall, but again, can't get the kill. Marco's second time of asking, can't. Perrin puts the ball in a very good area from what was good service pressure from on. Hogue with an absolute rocket from the back. Portugal should have expected that. This time it does go back to power, and Alex is just jolting his arms out, struggling to pass. Means there's 2 in the block, there's no way past from Portugal. And 3 in the block, sorry, the second time. Maybe to try and disrupt the serve of Hogue, it doesn't. Marshall the target, Hogue is again out the pass. Interesting to have in the bug. Casas puts the ball into a dangerous area. Oh, Joao's just come on. Poses a threat here, but Canada's defence is just unbreakable at the moment. Both teams trying to get 3 in the block at every occasion. Casas is caught napping, he's been set. Better. Joao has made an impression since he's come on. Did light it up here last night. I've struggled to get going against a really unsympathetic Canadian side. They have just shown why they are Olympic class. 4th in the qualifying campaign in Japan earlier on in the year. Miguel fumbles that one, doesn't quite that many times. Maybe though, they're starting to bring the level up. Level of noise, that is. Oh, Perrin with a crushing blow, but Miguel turn it into a one-man band there, but second time, once again, not a pretty face from spreading the play delightfully well. Sanders, ball's going to the left, he goes back with the overhead to try and make the opposition block do as much as they can. That really the team have had to improve. Possibly that's your 5th gear, maybe that's where you go when... So Canada take the first set, 25 points to 19. More aces, less attacks, but more Portuguese errors. Canada, and Duff is the man who will serve. Serving the front court receiver. Angle there. Hasn't been able to manipulate the game as much as we saw last night. Alex, though, and he gets his first jump serve in the game. He missed his previous 2 in the first set, and that makes a difference for the rhythm of this team, and they need it. They need to put Canada under pressure. They haven't felt any yet. That's an overpass. Struggle City, the setter. They're looking for a handover here, but if the ball does go over the net, you are completely entitled to score as no one takes it. Hogue steps into the pass and does take a little bit of responsibility, and that takes the pressure off of Canada. Marshall is aggressive, but the block does its job and slows the game down. But then the Canadian block does it, living and breathing every moment of this campaign. Possibly a lift. Is a lift given. Smile. It's got to be quick here, Miguel, to get the ball out. He does go to the outside, but again, Andre's really early with his approach. It means that if he is out of system, he really struggles. This time it's better, the ball is in front of him. And that is cheeky from Andre. Who's going to cover the tip in defense. Justin Duff, error. 4 plays his volleyball in Benfica, alongside 3 or 4 of this Portuguese team. Has got the point this time, bothered at the moment. Federico Storm. Potential foot fault there, maybe against Marshall. Time for Portugal. Hogue's jump serve is an absolute weapon. You're going to have to put your crash helmets on for this in the service receive. Portugal. Running very quick. And when they're in system, Marshall is playing at 6, he sweeps up well, he's quite high for a 6-man. No respect, we saw that yesterday from Miguel. Free ball, just dump it on the setter. Love to see that aggression. Thought it was out. Killing the hide stuff. Perrin does well to create an angle. It's really good. It's quite hard when the ball's always travelling away from you to cut. Verhoef's first job is to try and block Gasper. More service pressure. The ball almost hits the ceiling. It's so high. Casas reads the ball well. He sees the tip and he gets in to make the dig. 5 on the cover from Portugal. No one make a dig of his own soon. Free ball really should be another point to Canada here. They have to be careful. Portugal have done all this hard. Slight issue that they're not going to have their best service serving, but they do have him through the pipe and he does score. To try and take the blocker so that Alex on the pipe has got a clear view through. He did that time. Hogue. Again, it's Gasper doing the tooling this time, and they can spread the play around. They're keep a breath of fresh air between themselves and Canada. Perrin pops the ball perfectly. Look at the fire. Too quick in the middle so far, Canada. More blocking. Casas does cover the ball this time. Gasper on the right, and he is roofed. The ball goes straight down, lights out on Gasper. Hogue. There's a lot of pressure on Andre because not only is he passing, he's also, well, he's passing on too, but he's also spiking. Alex does get back involved in the game. Key stage of this set. Perrin puts the ball in the perfect area. And Duff! Stop. Could almost have 2 Fabricios in there and you wouldn't stop that. Doesn't have to pass that serve from Hogue. Sander, quick ball to the outside. It's off the head. Someone has to react. The only person reacting was He's at the pram again. Casas puts the ball in the perfect area. Maybe not quite as perfect as I originally thought. Ball realizes that he's so tight. Ball's tight to the net. The blocker just has to go and try and get over the ball. Alex again has got 2 on him. He's shrugging his shoulders. He's not happy, the danger man from Portugal. And we're all square again. Big celebrations from Canada. Casas still tight to the net. Alex is out of sync as well, out of system. Agonising Canadian outfit. Casas is very good. Marcel. Canada are just wearing Portugal down here. Just not giving up on anything. Everything. Casas passing off the net. There is no middle, but Gasper is on the outside. There's a net touch somewhere, but not that time. This is a huge time. Can Alex find rhythm? Bam puts in a great ball, but great. Off the ball and try and make the opposition play. Alex still goes hell for leather and misses. Whereas Perrin, down from shoes to eye, both unhappy with each other Andre needs to find a side out, he doesn't. Casas just lifts it to Alex, but good from Perrin, he's just defending the back line, sweeping everything up. The libero is getting called straight back on. Bam was trying to get off the court. Alex with the tip. Ban is still running around, but this time it's in a good way. He manages to get the tip. Casas is just as good as his opposition libero, though, with the hard hit. Sanders goes quick to the outside. Hogue does the rest. Fired up. Always been behind through this set, but they've not given up the ghost, and they have just ground away. Hold it together. Perrin does take pace off the jump serve from the back line, and it just allows a little bit of Portugal. Better, the block does its job, slows the game down. Sanders has a chance to take the set away, he goes straight to Duff. Duff has been on fire, but he can't convert that time. He's gone short on Perrin. Somehow Gasper's pancake keeps the ball alive. That's an unbelievable effort from the opposite man. Chance to convert, but not taken. Second chance to convert, they go to Gasper. And there's some chase from Hogue. What an up that is, almost into the advertising board. Third time lucky maybe for Portugal. It's Gasper again, and he fires long. Persistence in defence from Hogue definitely pays off for Canada there. That was, they had 3 chances, one from the baseline, 2 in offence, and that one the Hancock. We have a look at some statistics from the second set. Much better from Portugal. They're the underdogs for this one. Error counts the same, more blocks. Better serving. This time from Sanders. Oh, off the shoulder, out of play. Nice start. Miguel concept to see if Portugal still decide to pass with 2 passes or whether they go to 3. Regardless, Ban has just put that on an absolute sixpence with that pass. King Marcel that time. Job. Free ball for Portugal. Sorry, for Canada. What Portugal can't afford to do, their communication between each other is going to go. And Perrin is going to pass is high, but it's also wide. There is no middle attack. Joao unleashes, but it lands as if to... Perrin is bringing all the heat from the back line. Joao is dug again, so that's twice he's had the chance. Neither time he's put the ball away. Marco, though, smiles between him and Hogue, but look, they're in charge. They were pulling the strings, but consistency is killing them. Marcel just somewhere to spur them on, otherwise this World League campaign is over for them, and Canada, who are building towards Rio, take that they wanted so far. They're playing the favourites for this competition. Better from Marco. Out in a moment anyway. Sorry, he is out now, the libero is in. Hogue, commanding as ever, physical as ever. The nation to name their side has been the USA. Casas. They're off the net again, so there is 2 blocks on Joao on the outside. There's a scramble at the net, and even that goes the way of the smaller player. He has to... His eyesight here, he's got Marco. It's a very good serve. Rare passing error from Hogue. Big smash of the hands together. They need to be a little bit more robust pass and running their offensive plays. Better from Andre again. It's a good substitution from Sanchez. He knows exactly what he's getting from his squad, but that is just needled in the last 2 days, the Canadian number 4, and this is an absolute cannon of a serve, and it's an ace. Alex had no chance. Again, snatching at that one, Andre. Marco has absolutely no choice. This game is running away from them, and Canada are not letting up here. They're not taking their foot off the accelerator. Again, they're out of system. Hogue serving is causing all types of scenes here. And it's Hogue again on the pipe, but good defense from Portugal. This could lift their spirit, surely. And they finally get the point. Nice from Sanders. The pass drags him. Block obviously has to go with. Hogue is looking like the real deal this evening. Serving, spiking and playing defence. Unfortunately, he doesn't make that one, but more points. Spiking the first one out at 4. Alex will be at 2. There's 3 in the front court now for Portugal. Off the head, take a bit of that, but that is desperation in defence from Canada, and it's exemplary for anyone watching at home. This is what makes them such a tough nut to crack in this World League. They're playing with class, but they're also playing with so much heart and desire. They're not letting chances, Portugal, and this man from the service line can make some points with a float serve. With a jump serve. Varlas doesn't quite get his feet around the ball, but he does find Marco, and there is 2 in everything that Canada do in defence. They're just all over everything. Not that though. Marco. Service pressure is on point. They're throwing everything at this Portugal for potentially the last set. Marco, shut down. Not even any celebrations really from Hogue. On their head stuff for coach Sanchez. Great. He's on the front court too, as is Andre. They don't go to Andre, they use Alex. As a quick tempo from the serve, the block. Gets defense, that might do. No, it's well reacted from Sanders. The setter does well to read that. And Hogue just crushed. Overpass, should be another Canadian point. And net touch maybe against the setter, yes. Van Lankveld, who hasn't seen the court this weekend, in this experimental campaign from Canada. They've been pretty blunt, saying that this is very much preparation for the Olympics. When Canada got 4th in. France and Italy are the only other teams who have won almost as many games, 3-0 in this World League campaign. Perrin, 3 again in the block, but good passing from Alex. He's doing a bit of DIY here, but he's shut down again. Perrin gets the block and then lingers his eyes all evening. Portugal did cause issues in the second set. A net touch. They're trying to get off as quick as they can. Sanders does. Perrin, Ban and Hogue in the part. Allowed Portugal to lift the spirits after last night. Marco fires long. Canada win gold. They win Group 2 here in Porto. Celebrations commence from what is a team that have only lost 1 game just to Finland within this whole campaign. Portugal, who struggled through the groups, winning only 2 matches, were peaking for this tournament. Maybe they used up all their energy yesterday. They were really blowing apart. Statistics, 3 sets to 0, 25-15, more aces for Canada. More errors from Portugal and more blocks from the Canadians too. One-way traffic as we head down courtside to hear from Nicholas Hogue.